Joe Girardi said A-Rod had a choice to start the final 4 games. Then that all changed, and it was 2 games. Did the Yankees' personal opinion of A-Rod contribute to how they've handled this final week?
I don't know that that is the reason, though it's certainly a valid question. And it seems to me that Girardi just misspoke, that he got caught up in the moment, as he said, and said something that perhaps he shouldn't have said. Obviously, he knew at the time, or should have known, his team was still in contention, should have known that he still was playing to win, and that would have framed his decision-making. If they wanted A-Rod to help them win, they would have kept him around. He entered today just 3.5 games out of the second wild card. So if Girardi had not said what he did, we would not have seen all of this controversy, but of course it's A-Rod. What would it be without controversy?
All right, is there a bad guy in this situation? Have the Yankees or A-Rod, one of them, acted worse than the other?
I don't know that I would go that far to put blame one way or the other. There's a natural tension that's going to result from the deterioration of a relationship. Now, they're continuing their relationship with A-Rod working for the team, but we're talking strictly about the playing relationship. And A-Rod said it himself that with Girardi not playing him anymore, there was a tension that resulted from that. That, to me, is what the genesis of all this friction has been, and not really a situation where you necessarily assign blame. We've seen this with many other players over the years. It's hard for a guy to say goodbye. These guys get to this point because they've got huge egos, because of their inner faith in their own ability, and once that is taken away, that playing part of it, it's really difficult for them to accept.
All right, listen, in football, we saw Joe Montana get run out of San Francisco. We saw Brett Favre get pushed out of Green Bay. We've seen superstars have awkward endings. In baseball, is there anything equivalent to what's happening to A-Rod?
I go back to Posada right here. Now, granted, he wasn't the level of player that A-Rod was, but when he stopped playing, there was a night, I remember we had it on Fox, a Saturday night, where he refused to be in the lineup. And Brian Cashman came down, addressed the media. It was a major blow-up. So, yes, we have seen it. A player of this level, I don't know, but I go back to Ozzie Smith with La Russa all those years ago. You remember that. That wasn't pretty. So I would suggest it's not all that unusual.